right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Princes of Isari, episode 12.
That's this show. That's this one.
Yes. Let's start with a round of introductions. Up in the top left, played by Lily and Alex. They are Theo and Aridin, the Eldris brothers. You've probably heard of them. In the top right are Fran and Brandon, playing the bumbling cleric Pharaoh with his two eyes on bread and his third eye on the future. I already said his name. It's Pharaoh.
Not much more.
In the bottom left, played by our friend Bobby, it is our warlock with more shit. Greed than morals.
No, more vices than virtues.
More vices than virtues.
I mean, I tried to make that happen, but Jake always goes back to the greed and morals thing.
Which
Well,
doesn't make
onyx than
any sense.
diamonds.
Not things
I
that
can't
you
make
deserve.
fetch happen.
Koros Ravenrock.
Eh.
And then in the bottom right, sporting a very empty video frame, playing
exist as a being of
Salik.
pure
I'm gonna
thought.
I'm gonna do this in reverse. You know who he's playing. He's playing Salik. But who is it? It's our old friend Lincoln.
I thought it was Tom Hanks.
Sorry, we couldn't get Tom Hanks.
He's actually really busy.
I don't know. If we close our eyes, we can pretend it's Tom Hanks.
Wasn't he in that really shitty, like, made-for-TV movie about D&D, like, 40 years ago?
Was he really?
Was he?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
think it
someone
was
can
him.
Google it and put it in the comments.
Bobby, look it up and find more details. All right.
Yeah, Mazes and Monsters.
I've seen it.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
There we go.
Confirmed.
All right. So, what is this about an opera in the chat?
I was wondering if that was Lincoln's middle name. I never actually got an answer on that.
I think it's Mark Coppolis, not
It's more
Mac
Coppolis.
Close.
Close. All right. So, I forgot words and how they work. Mazes and Monsters. Yep. Thank you, Dalen, for linking that in the chat. Last time on Princes of Isari, you guys went to the Hanging Gardens of Nangalore to retrieve a black orchid. These were some gardens built a long time ago by a queen of Isari, and they've since gone to ruin a little bit, but you can get the rare black orchid there. A few important things about Nangalore. The Aarakocra of Kirsabal were forbidden from going there, but Salik chose to go anyway because you guys needed his help. You found that the gardens were being watched over by this ancient queen in a Medusa form.
Scary.
Pharaoh
Trust me.
got turned to stone, and then he got better.
Yeah.
However,
It got
when
better.
Go better.
Salik fought and I looked it up, it's pronounced Ebli. You don't pronounce the S. Rather than
So it's like French or
Or like
something?
debris.
like debris.
It's fancy.
When Salik fought the Ebli, every place where they touched him during their fight, every place where they wounded him, his skin and his feathers protruding from that skin had turned black.
Wonder why.
And you were able to retrieve that black orchid, and you guys are now on your way back to Kirsabal. So, since you're traveling through the jungle, you know what I'm going to ask for.
Oh, Pharaoh, you should help Eku navigate.
Oh, I guess yes.
I thought it was
Okay.
going to be not drowning in
Go
the
fast.
fucking rain
Fast.
checks.
Fast.
Oh, let's go fast.
Fast pace.
Okay.
Fast
fasting.
pace. So, -4. All right.
We go and die.
I do it with advantage record, right?
Yeah. Now, I just need to look up my handy-dandy guide to how to run this hex crawl.
Handy dandy notebook.
What do you guys think this river goes upstream?
Fast pace is -5.
Are there mountains up to the north and west?
You mean by the peaks of flame? Maybe.
I
Who
mean
knows?
before that, but I don't know. I think that's too far to see.
Oh, is that by Mount Hot now?
Possible.
Why are you going to be like that?
Not
Aaron?
at all.
Maybe it's connected to Mount Hot
I'll
now.
pull up the map real quick here for the viewers. Yes, these darker gray areas are higher elevation. The Cernine peaks do include some peaks, and the peaks of flame do as well, as do the Sky Lizard Mountains.
Sky Lizard Mountains.
Oh snap!
Dragons.
Had you guys not looked around at the names of things?
Nah.
To be honest, no, I had not.
Dude, I
Sky Lizard Mountains escape me.
don't read things.
Call
The
it
sky
really-
lizard sounds cool, but also scary.
It's sideways. That's how you know it's tricky. All right. So you.
The sky lizard, skizzard. Like, skizzard.
It's also
It's a
pronounced
pair of skizzards,
dragon.
How much for a Skizzard's Gizzard?
They're on sale at happy hour.
Need it for a
wizards.
potion.
Fried
Two
skizzards.
wizards? What kind of currency does this place have?
We already lost our wizard. He got stolen.
I didn't know that I needed to put them in sacks and keep them close by my, put my hand over it to make sure thieves don't get it.
Or Schwinga.
Don't steal my wizards. Or my Schwinga. What's a Schwinga?
Well, that's
Chwinga.
the cute little thing we saw. That's it, like a Niffler in Harry Potter, but like in the way that it acts.
Too.
But it's
I will say we have a bad record of people not stealing our wizards. Just saying.
So you guys travel for a good chunk of the evening, where you expect to run into the river, and you do not. You guys are
My
traveling on
God.
this little tributary, this little thing off of the main river. You do not reach the main river when you expect to.
all right. Well, we
There's
pop
a
up
drought.
the thing, and we have to wait till morning to figure things out. We can look at stars and shit, I guess. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's funny. I never get lost.
You can't get lost. I thought
Pharaoh, I
Stavros.
think you lost one.
No, I never get lost.
Stavros just guides you to where you meant to
That
go.
sounds
You didn't even
okay.
know you meant to go there.
Yeah, I might go the wrong way, but I never get lost.
That's right. Pop up, Darren's. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Boop.
Tell me who's taking the watch in the middle of the night.
I'll do your watch.
Theo, you see some Dimetrodons
I mean-
outside.
What the hell is that?
I recommend
Probably a
Googling it,
dinosaur.
because I don't have a picture, but they're the dinosaurs
spell
like
it?
that. Dimetrodon.
Oh, it's fucking trippy,
They've
dude.
got those,
Oh,
spines.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That's
this
ugly
is
as
awesome.
fuck.
Cool.
Oh, this is the thing that gets in the fight at the end of Fantasia. It's so epic. Okay, yeah, I totally know what these things are.
Yeah, exactly.
You see a couple lumbering
Funny how it works.
along the far side of this little tributary that you guys have been
I mean,
going down.
live and let live, yo. I don't care. I don't feel a need to wake anyone up. Like, they're chilling, doing their
Cool.
thing.
They're very interesting, the beasts of this land.
I try to not draw their attention.
Oh, wait, guys. Hi, Lincoln's mom!
Hi, Lady
Hello.
Mom.
Hello.
Those things don't have ivory, do they?
No,
Don't
they
leave.
do not.
Lincoln completely cut out right there.
Yeah.
It happened.
Well, I'm glad my mom is watching this stream.
All right.
Hi, Mom.
Cool. So,
Yeah, I don't want to like attract them if I do something like. So I'll just be chill and watch them.
no worries. They lumber on and away.
Cool.
It continues to rain through the night and into the morning when you guys need to make some more rolls.
What, we're all out of bread?
No!
Yeah, man, need some more rolls.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, Alex, we all got it. Thanks.
All right. So
Fast,
with
fast,
this,
Here.
that roll is good enough that you guys are able to determine where you actually are. Oh shit, I'm dragging the wrong thing. You guys actually traveled down this way. Let me show the viewers. You traveled south instead of north
No.
because you turned on the
Common
wrong
mistake to
tributary.
make.
But you realize where you are when you come back to the main river.
Nice.
Ah.
Oh, good.
I have a quick question, Pharaoh. So, all we had to do was follow the river, and we somehow screwed that up. Is what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is I must have found a shortcut. I'm never lost. I told
That's
you.
it. You're right. That must be it. Okay, cool. Glad we're on the same page here.
Yeah.
Now
Also-
when we come back, we know the shortcut.
You guys didn't tell me the pace you wanted today.
We said fast.
You said that yesterday. You gotta
I
say
said
your
it
mistake.
now. I said fast, fast, fast.
All right.
Can we
Fast
assume
always
we would have
gonna
meant
say fast.
fast? Like we knew Lily was gonna say fast.
You know, in Lord of the Rings, where that orc is getting ready and they're headed to Osgiliath, and it's like
Faster!
that's
Quiet!
Me. That's me.
Faster! Quiet!
I'm that.
All
I
right.
don't know what his name is, but we call
Basically
him.
Shadowfax.
I'm that guy.
You heard it here first, folks. Eldris brothers actually orcs.
So
Fucking throw a rock at me, I'll spit on it.
in the afternoon, the rain gets heavier, as
Oh,
it does.
come on.
I can't even
It's
fly in
fine.
this.
It's fine. Our insect repellent is waterproof, so we're good.
And I assume you guys make camp that evening.
Inside the fortress.
Fortress up.
Soaking wet and smelling of mold. Can we leave this
Fly
for the
out
jungle,
in the
please?
fort. It's all good.
You guys get a good fire going up on the second floor. You
Salik
open the trapdoor
is-
to let the smoke out. Warm up.
Rain comes pouring in, is what you're saying? Because we opened a trapdoor.
It's like you pop it up, so it vents out the sides,
Gotcha.
like a camper.
Salik is soaking wet and has not been talking to people. He is quiet and looks sad.
Earlier, like end of last session, you weren't here, but I was asking. I was like, "But you molt, right? Like, so the other feathers will come in and it'll be fine, right?"
I mean, maybe.
You can't just ask if people molt, Theo.
I don't know if it was too personal,
Kind of
but
a personal question.
If it's not too personal, how much more personal can you get?
All right. The next morning, the heavy rain continues as you guys make another check.
fast, fast, fast.
Fast, fast, fast.
Can we enslave some large animal with like a fan to keep us dry?
Do we go like ultra mega fast because you crit? Can you say yes? Because we're dying.
Sure, you guys can arrive in Kirsabal.
I think we were gonna arrive there anyway.
Told you it was a shortcut. Brought us to a faster part of the river.
I don't think we were. I think we were still too far. Even fast is kind of slow.
Actually,
That's what they do say. They do say shortcuts make no delays.
I didn't even know they said that.
Just looking out for your education, Pharaoh.
All right. You guys return to the cliffs of Kirsabal, and your dinosaur is very happy to see you.
Ugh.
Yay!
We're happy to see it too.
I'm gonna sort of, as we're coming in, pull Salik aside a little bit. How do you want to do this? Are you just gonna walk back up, or you know, what do you want to do? How you doing?
Can you think of any way to hide this? And just gestures at the feathers.
I have no idea what that is. I was sort of hoping you did, to be honest.
You could.
Well,
wear-
I don't, but I do
Alright,
know
well
it's
then.
obvious.
Let's go in.
I'm thinking best case, they molt and go away. Worst case, I'm slowly turning into an evil person.
Those do sound like
I
that.
try
Does
not to
sound like
think
the
about that one.
spectrum.
Maybe if you wear like a robe and hold this axe, the
If
magic
it's any
axe.
consolation, if you turn into an evil crane person, I'll kill you. Don't feel too bad about it.
Let's not be too.
Oh yeah,
hasty.
you guys haven't met that much before, huh?
Let's table that conversation.
We met in like Icewind Dale.
The day he died.
I know Salik is a bird and technically has eyes on the sides of his head, so he's always side-eyeing you, but like he's really side-eyeing you.
Alex, actually, that was the day that Dirk died.
Oh, my bad. I don't know why I would ever mix up Dirk and Salik. They're so
Never
different.
Never forget.
You guys are still carrying around. Who has the Dirk figurine, by the way?
I
It
had
had to
one.
have been Theo, right?
Aiden?
Oh, okay.
You
I mean, I
guys-
definitely had it.
What
the
do we
whole
have, Jake?
I knew it was an Eldris. That's all I know.
Oh yeah, one of us has the
Aiden has the Dirk figurine. It's a
Oh
figurine
yeah,
of
no,
one.
because I pulled him out and I was like, Jacques! When we saw the other Dirk.
Ah, yes.
Normal.
That
It's
is
a
true.
figurine of Wondrous Dirk. You throw it on the ground and a corpse appears.
Face down.
Most useful magic item ever.
But
Second
Salik kind of clicks his beak nervously and just says, "I'm not gonna lie."
All right. Y'all start heading up those stairs and steps. I'm not going to make you make the checks this time. And you make it up into the dwellings, the city at the bottom of Kirsabal. And people are gasping and pointing. as
Is
Salik
he not wearing a cloak?
is leading you guys up.
He's not
Like
gonna
we
lie.
suggested?
He's not gonna lie.
They don't wear cloaks here. Like they wear a bit of clothing, but not much.
It's a nudist colony.
All right.
Hard to fly.
Exactly. Natural
All right.
feathers.
All right. I respect that. If people are like gasping, if anybody says anything rude, and even if they're just being openly gawking, I'm like giving them side eye. I'm glaring at them. And looking extra beefy to be extra scary while I do it.
You puffing out?
Just, you know,
I think birds expect that.
flexing, puffing out, whatever. Whatever you need to do, just look tall, not slouching.
You guys make your way up to that cleansing chamber before the monastery.
Oh, you mean the foot washing thing?
Yeah.
Foot
I
and
do
face
love a
thing.
good cleanse.
And as you come in, the Aarakocra there begin to receive you to start cleansing your various, your face
Parts.
and your feet and your hands, all that jazz. And when Salik steps in, they all gasp and they immediately grab like the things of their holy water and
The bleach.
the bleach, and they like start scrubbing at these things, and nothing's working. They're not coming off. The feathers are still black.
Awkward.
One of them runs up the stairs to the main monastery.
Don't think
Salik
they
stands
like
there
you.
like and just takes this kind of humiliation.
And I'm just gonna I'm like holding my ground. Like I don't want people. If people like try to do something to him, we're like gonna jump in. For sure.
Whatever happens, Salik, we got you.
Yeah. Oh, do we have this still?
No, it's just me.
Oh.
You're not
No.
invited to my
You
conversation.
can respond to him when he does that to you, but otherwise...
I'm not complaining, but even that feels like a generous interpretation of that ability. Definitely, it's not a permanent link.
We just get walkie-talkies.
Can we just get our wizard back that you guys somehow let get stolen?
Hey! That crazy wizard guy from the forest took our wizard, and they're having a wizard thing, and I don't know how to fix that.
All right. After a short time, teacher comes walking into the cleansing room, and looks down at Salik and just like shaking her head.
Oh my god, I'm so not okay with this.
I'm just disappointed.
Fucking Mufasa right now.
And she comes
Who
up and
deliberately disobeyed me.
she looks at Salik and says, "You know you cannot be allowed back into the monastery."
Salik nods.
We shall convene a tribunal with the elders to determine your fate.
I don't say anything, but this is just confirmed that I should stick with my, featherless fam.
Can I ask her? May I be allowed to speak at the tribunal?
She says, "Of course, Salik may choose whoever of his comrades to represent him."
I just want to give a statement. I don't know how this works.
We will collect the elders tonight.
Wow, you guys have a swift justice system, which I respect. So good for you.
By the way, just remember, make sure you document your guys' hit points for the past 2 days of travel.
Up top, there
Hey,
it is.
Boros, let's
What's
not.
good?
Shut up! You guys are the worst. No one
Actually,
likes
we're
you.
the best at
Friends.
staying alive.
I think it's 21 hit points now?
Staying alive. Staying alive.
No one.
Wait, so what should Salik's been dead a few times.
Yeah, your max hit points need to go down by 21.
Okay.
So write down the real value somewhere, which is what I did, and then document accordingly.
3 weeks of this. I'm starting to go all mushy.
I'm starting to get less sexy.
Necrotic tissue in your
It's not
arm.
good.
Oh, yeah. In there.
How long
Rice
were you dead?
Krispies.
Oh, hi guys. Hi, baby. Oh, he's so handsome.
Wow, you scared him off.
All right.
So handsome.
So,
Very handsome.
you guys, the teacher says to the rest of you, you may enter the monastery now if you wish to receive the ritual. However, you may also stay for the tribunal. You do not have to. It is an internal matter. Salik is one of ours. You do not have to. You can go on your way if you so desire.
I mean, he's one of ours too.
What will happen to Salik?
He will likely be banished from Kirsabal.
Banished?
Like permanent banished or like semi-banished?
We'll stay through the tribunal.
Yes.
Sorry, what did Aridin say?
I'm gonna lean over to Theo. Whisper, like, should we tell them that we forced Salik to come with us?
Girl, I was already planning on it.
Like at knife point?
Girl, I was already planning on it, but
Okay, I'll back you up. I'll back you up.
yeah.
I'm so proud. The eldest brothers are learning.
All right. And she says, in the meantime, Salik, please head to your dwelling, and we will come collect you when the tribunal is ready.
I nod and head to my quarters as proudly as I can, like no slouching.
Cool.
Come on, you mate.
What are the rest of you guys gonna do?
Well, Arena wanted to go get some flowers.
Do we need Salik to get the blessing too, or can he keep up with us?
He can still fly.
He's got the woofta.
No, I know, but I didn't know if there's like
It's like 16 hours a day, though?
You guys get a flying speed just like Aarakocra flying speed.
Oh, cool. Dope. Alright. I guess we could talk to her and say, like, can we do it right after the tribunal? Because that's when it's convenient for us.
Or right before? I didn't understand what her plan was exactly.
She was saying she could do it before the tribunal for you guys if you wanted to leave now. But if you want to stay for the tribunal, she can do it after.
Oh.
Yeah, let's...
Yeah, after.
Yeah, after.
Alright. In the meantime, feel free to move about the monastery or the town.
Is there, like, a sweet, awesome kitchen somewhere?
A lot of the dwellings have kitchens, but I don't know about
Is there, like, a
awesome.
crazy mega kitchen? Like, Hogwarts status kitchen?
Like a great hall, kind of.
Yeah.
What are you getting at?
I didn't want to eat a bunch of food. I was traveling for a long time.
These are bird people. It's gonna be like
Seed.
berries and shit.
Giant seed.
You're not gonna be
I
happy
like
with your...
berries. Honestly, I'm probably gonna go on a trip to try to raid the kitchens to find stew and find none and be really disappointed.
That's
Pharaoh,
exactly
you're
what
welcome
happens.
to come with me.
You guys look
I was
for
thinking I'd go with Arena.
stew and bread, and you find none. I don't have the note of what Nicole said she wanted Irina to do, so can you
She wanted
say
to give a flower to
Give flower to the Sophia and to the
her
prince.
mom, and
If she sees the baby prince.
Sophia to her mom to the prince. All right, yes. She gives them to Sophia and her mom while you guys are... So you, Aridin and Irina, you guys go... Who's calling me? Oh no, my phone is just buzzing.
As
Good
phones
morning,
do.
Lord.
All right. So,
Is Pharaoh coming on my quest for stew?
I'm gonna say yes because Brandon got up.
I didn't know what he said. I asked him, I think, like,
Technically, he's on a quest for bread.
Yeah, you guys go on a quest for
Permanently?
stew and bread. You head up to the monastery where you saw that there was a kitchen before.
Sorry.
No worries.
Pharaoh, are you down to come with me to look for stew and bread?
Yes, of course.
Okay, great. Amazing.
I mean, above what other option?
I don't know,
There's visitors here. I think that's a clear answer.
Doing nothing until the tribunal? Being miserable?
All right, cool. Aridin and Irina are gonna go to Sophia and Mom to go deliver some flowers. Quaros, what are you doing?
Since we've got some time and we're gonna kick around for a little bit, I want to delve into my doppelganger's memories and just sort of like just try to get a better understanding of what was going on. Like what were me and my little cell all about back in the day?
All right. Why don't you give me a charisma check?
As soon as I find my character sheet.
We'll start with you guys.
That's a saving throw. We don't want that. We want this. Yeah.
It's muddy. The exact details of the reasoning are escaping you. Because it's a complex political ideology.
Naturally.
You know that they wanted to have more control over the city of Orem.
Seize the
Okay.
means of production?
Some of that kind of stuff. You know that they really didn't like the merchant princes.
Okay.
And
Good
that's
to know.
about what you're able to get out.
I mean, that is kind of the sense I got from Waganda, or whatever his name was. He wasn't a fan of me either.
Conga.
Wakanga, there we go.
Wakanda forever!
Honda. It's Honda. So close.
Nah.
And the
I
other
just
piece
ordered
you
a
get
tank top. The black
is
pants,
that
by the way.
almost all, if not all, of the members of your little, revolutionary group were displaced from the east, from the other side of the bridge,
Okay.
and we're in Orem.
That's
All
good.
right, cool. Good to
All
know.
right. We'll go to Theo and Pharaoh looking for bread.
The most ignoble of quests.
You know, Theo, we make a good team. I think you and me, we could find any loaf in the entire world.
I think so too. You have the nose for it, and if we ever get lost, which we never do, Stavros would direct us.
It's true.
Why
And the
don't you
Morning Lord. No, wait, never mind. Wrong.
each give me an investigation check?
This gonna be good.
It's gonna be awesome. Totally gonna find Stu.
Oh, whoops. I didn't mean.
It's okay. My rule is I take the left one if you accidentally roll with advantage or disadvantage.
Breadcrumbs make sense for bird people.
So you don't find any evidence of stew.
Wait, please tell me Pharaoh follows a trail of breadcrumbs.
Pharaoh does indeed start to follow a trail of breadcrumbs.
But don't feed bread to ducks. It's really bad for them. Sorry, that's my PSA for the episode.
Well, what if you hate ducks? And also, where did the breadcrumbs go?
The breadcrumbs lead up and out, upstairs in the monastery, and then out the walkway and up towards where Teacher's house is. But then the trail comes to an abrupt stop at that house that's between the monastery and Teacher's house.
Oh my god, Daenerys.
Princess Moxanare's house.
Yeah, but we're just gonna call her Daenerys. Let's be honest about it.
And right as you guys get up there, you actually see the door open.
Do we smell bread cooking or some shit?
And Princess Moxanare and her little brother, whose name escapes me at
The
the
young
moment.
prince.
The
You just call him the young prince.
Nah,
Prince Harry!
step out, and the young prince is sitting there eating some bread.
Abu style.
Theo, here's our bread.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, we're gonna get that.
And she looks at you guys like, "What are you here for?"
We were sent to look for
Eat your
bread.
bread.
Inspect it, in fact.
Yeah.
For, weevils.
Give me a deception roll with disadvantage. She says, "You are not taking my brother's bread."
Can you tell us where he got it so we can inspect that bread?
Nah. I'll go from the kitchen.
Can you take us there? I directly address him.
And he says, "Yeah." And then he starts running off, and she goes, "Nah."
I'm following right after him. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I put my nose up to her. It seems that the young lord will be taking us to the bread.
And he leads you guys back down into the monastery and through a door that you guys didn't realize was a door because birds and those weird shapes.
Fair enough.
And into a kitchen where there is some freshly baked bread sitting out.
Just sitting there? With nobody guarding it?
Nope.
Wow. The most valuable thing here, and there's no one guarding it. That's ridiculous.
Well, we should probably leave some for people who need it, but Sabra says if it's God in the morning, it was supposed to be, so let's put it in the bag of holding.
I agree.
You guys, do you have a bag of holding?
No!
Oh, does Theo not carry that? No, let's
We
put
don't
it
have
in
one.
the bag that holds things.
The bag of holding. The backpack that I always have. Yeah, totally going in there.
It's not a bag of holding, it's a bag for holding.
Yeah.
Bag for holding, yep.
All
Got
right.
one of those.
Aridin.
Yeah.
So you and Irina head down, and you guys find Sophia sitting in the room with Irina and Sophia's mother, and Irina goes and gives the flower to her sister, and then places a flower on her mother's ear, her stone. And they're talking for a minute, and for a little while, and after a minute or two, there is a knock on the door, which is ajar, and you see Princess Moxanare leaning in.
Literally the worst.
Hello, Princess. What can we do for you?
And she says, I was hoping that I might speak to you alone, Sir Eridan.
What the F is happening right now?
Alright.
Dude,
And she sort of gestures for you to step outside.
Mother, you have terrible luck. No.
Okay, yeah, I'll follow her.
And she says, walk with me. And she starts walking just
Like
along.
the Sokka Yue scene, right? I'm gonna walk off the edge.
I'm just back in my quarters, sensing our wealth level going down.
I don't think I'm carrying any money right now. We're good.
And she says, you seem to be a noble warrior of some respect and esteem.
I try.
I don't know if I was the clearest before when speaking to your compatriots. They irked me.
I'm sorry. What was it they did to offend you?
No, it's just their manner of being.
Their existence?
No, their attitude? Just... I am a princess and deserve to be treated as such.
You could say their lack of deference.
Their lack of deference, yeah.
I see. Princess.
But-
you have to understand that the only real royalty we've encountered were evil and we had to kill them. So...
She says, you've defeated kingdoms before?
A baroncy?
Barony? She says, yes, a baroncy, of course.
Yeah.
She says, I know that you are traveling through the jungle and searching on some great quest. Teacher has told me some of it. I simply wish to request that if you find yourselves in Omu, that you would do your best to reclaim the city from the evil there for me.
In your name, or should we just try and get rid of the evil and then you can roll in?
If you wish to fight in my name, I would not object.
I mean, I really have to know more about how you plan to run things.
I had a lot of time to think about that.
You have like a kingdom charter?
No, is that something I mean, no, I don't need one. I would be a just and magnanimous queen.
I do like justice and magnanimity.
And once I reclaim Omu, the merchant princes will see that I am the true queen of Isari, and they will lend their hand to me as well.
I see. Well, I'll inform my compatriots that this is something we can work towards, and I'm sure they'll be amenable to it. They seem to like you. Then I'll get back to you if we liberate the city.
I really do appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you, Sir Eridan.
You're welcome.
And she then, like, sort of awkwardly excuses herself in the other direction, which is also the direction you need to walk.
Were you going that way? I'll just go back. Sidewalk shuffle.
Cool.
Eridan's he's such a nice guy.
He is.
So polite.
Didn't trip and fall on my face.
She's literally the worst. I posted a video of John Raffio saying the worst because that's what it feels like her.
I got run over by Alexis.
Salik is meditating in his chambers.
Be wise. Literally.
He's thinking about stuff.
You guys should definitely have the comments open. There's some good jokes going on in there.
Whatever.
All right.
Is my mother still watching?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Does that affect the quality of the jokes?
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh. All right. So, after some time, you guys eventually all make your way back to the place where you were staying, which is Salik's place. And after some time, yes, Theo.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
Some of the Aarakocra arrive at Salik's house and say, "It is time." Yes.
Don't go with them. Don't do it.
Darrow and I are V bloated because we ate a lot of bread. I just wanted to let people know about that.
Salik, this little, 5-foot-tall bird person, is gonna get up and he's gonna follow him because he's gonna go meet their judgment.
One of the Aarakocra is going to lead Salik in flight up towards the monastery. The other is going to lead the rest of you up through the cleansing room for a quick cleansing, and then make your way up to the monastery.
Yeah, I just got cleansed.
Didn't they tell me last time to not do it on my feet?
I think it was your face.
Yeah, you just emptied a fuck ton of holy water all over your head, and they were like, "That's mildly disrespectful."
Oh yeah. So what am I supposed to do?
Not that, really.
Your hands.
Anything
You
but that.
clean your hands, and then you use your clean
This
hands.
time I'm
to
gonna
apply
watch
some of the
them first and
ceremonial-
see what they do, and then do that.
There's a few steps you can't do because you don't have feathers, but the rest
Theo can learn.
sort of
Can I
approximate.
try to do those steps even though I don't have feathers?
He's learning.
Yeah, you could do them to your feather cloak.
Clever girl.
I do that.
And then you guys put on those headscarves that they give you,
Right.
and they lead you up to the monastery, where you see the central room has been. They've sort of got some bleachers set up, and the whole village is here in the monastery. Let me describe the room. So these bleachers are along the back. In the center of the room, you see there are 6 chairs where 6 very old-looking Aarakocra are sitting
How do
in
I know
front
they're
of these
old?
bleachers.
Gray feathers.
Gray feathers, yeah.
They got a wilting look.
The eyes, the wrinkles near their eyes. You know.
All right.
Teacher is standing, sort of, if this were a stage, you'd imagine, because these are people watching here, sort of on where the stage would be, which leads out towards this balcony, and you see that Salik is standing alone out on the balcony, which is very clearly not inside the monastery.
Oh,
Very stressful.
Just gonna fly through the moon door.
That's what it feels like.
There are some
It's just
people,
how you leave.
Yeah.
and
The exit.
the Aarakocra gestures you guys have basically front row seats on these bleachers.
Right.
And one of the elders speaks. "We are here today to determine the guilt and potential sentence for one of our own, Salik, son of... I don't know, what's your dad's name, Salik?
Or his mom's
I
name.
don't
You
know
don't know how
mom's
they
name.
do it.
Dad leak.
He doesn't
Could
know.
be matriarchal.
He
Okay,
was raised in a monastery. Salik doesn't know.
so they say the name that your previous Salik would know. Son of so-and-so and so-and-so, mom and dad. So named for so-and-so's tooth is named after them, actually.
I forgot about that.
I didn't. I'm happy.
Spencer's tooth. And they turn and they say, representing the law of Kirsabal will be teacher.
Does she really not have another name?
She has another name, but they don't. She only goes by teacher.
That's kind of annoying.
The
She's like better than everyone. Come
elder
on.
turns to Salik and say, Salik, who have you chosen to represent you? Yeah.
I didn't know it was like that.
So what now?
I kind of look at all my friends, and then I look back at the elder and I say, I will represent myself.
Owned.
A bold choice.
Huh?
I mean, you were there when I did say I wanted to speak, so you know that. So that's fine.
No, it's all good. The elder says, teacher will begin her arguments. And teacher says, this is not going to be as good as it could be if I actually wrote it ahead of time.
I mean, also
Opening statements.
Yeah.
She says, our monastery is one of tradition, of old laws passed down from generation to generation. And these traditions are not just rote for the purpose of repeating things. They are our memories of our ancestors, and they represent an opposition to a force of evil that we must maintain in order to keep corruption from this place. The Ebli are ancient enemies. I actually wrote this part, so I should actually look at it. Descendants of thieves, kidnappers, and murderers, reincarnated into creatures of pure evil. And as such, their home of Nangalore has been off limits to the denizens of Kirsabal for generations. The punishment, as we all know, for visiting Nangalore is banishment. And the punishment for bringing corruption back into Kirsabal is death.
I feel like you could have told us this before we took it.
She says, now, I do not believe that Salik has become corrupted. But he has risked bringing corruption to Kirsabal, and as such, he should be banished and his wings clipped.
What does wings clipped mean?
Exactly what you think it does.
It's a nice haircut.
Salik totally twitches when she says that.
I totally twitch when she says that. I'm like, I am not okay with that.
The elder says, the defense?
Salik kind of takes a deep breath and looks around, and he says, I have no defense. My friends asked for my help. My friends who have been with me in life, death, and life again, and I went with them because they asked for my help. You say that I must abide by the traditions of Kirsabal. I have no memory of this place before 2 weeks ago. I am not of Kirsabal. I am a monk of the Six Winds. But the Six Winds are all dead. I was afraid and I ran and they died. And I lost my wings. Now, if you must banish me, I'll return to the only other family I've known. But if you think you're coming anywhere near me, you're sadly mistaken. Go on, dispense your judgment.
There's a murmur goes through the crowd.
Awfully cocky because he's 5 feet, less than 5 feet tall. He's small.
The elder says, order! Order!
And his feathers are totally standing up if he's pissed.
He says, do any of the jury, and he actually turns to the village, have anything they want to say? You guys are sitting with the village.
Okay, I was like, are we sitting there? Okay, I'm gonna look at Aridin, and we're gonna have a bro-to-bro look, and then we're both gonna stand. Are you cool with that? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah, we both stand.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, okay. And I'll start, I guess, and you can finish.
And the elder says, you are not of the village, but I guess as you are seated with the jury, It should be allowed.
Now I'm all nervous because all these people are watching me. Okay.
You got this. Just imagine you're gonna kill them all like
I
the
feel like I'm gonna
Kessis.
hurl because I ate so much bread, but I'm ignoring that. We needed Salik for this quest, and this is not a quest for our own glory and honor, of which we already have,
Well,
and do not need more. But it is a quest to help all these souls. You all know of the death curse, and the wisdom Salik has to help us go to this place is to help us defeat the cause of this curse. And then I'm going to stop talking, and I'll see if Aaron wants to say anything.
Also, your main argument about him offending the tradition of generations and putting you all at risk for risking bringing back corruption, you gave us permission to go there and come back. We were given a pass on this bringing corruption back. Him being part of our party should have extended to him.
Teacher says, you are not Aarakocra. You cannot carry the corruption of the Ebli with you.
I'm 164th Aarakocra. So...
Slick totally chokes down a laugh right there.
Irregardless. I'm not saying that.
I'm sure Thea would.
No, I don't think
He's trying to sound fancy.
Maybe, okay.
Have your swords.
The death curse is not just a curse for those who have died, but everyone close to them in their whole community. And this is a greater evil than the corruption of the Ebli. And I'm just gonna sit, I guess, after that. I don't think
I rest my case.
Yeah, sit down.
Right. The elder says, there will be a few moments for deliberation, and then the jury will decide.
This is so tense. I'm stressed out. This is like a season finale.
And everybody's muttering to each other, and there's things going on around.
How many people are in this room, and like, what is the layout?
There's,
We're in bleachers.
There's like some bleachers, and there's also like an upper balcony with some more people on it. There's
Okay.
at least 100 Aarakocra here.
Damn.
Okay. And Salik is like down in the center, I assume.
No. He was out on the balcony because you couldn't be inside.
So there's down in the center, and then there's a balcony in the back of that, and he's outside
Okay, but like
on the balcony.
there's everyone's up, sort of watching. There's the center, and then like the other side of the center from the bleachers and whatever
is the balcony.
Salik.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Baby's asleep.
Telepathically to Salik, if I cast a spell on you, don't resist.
That is not encouraging.
That's not encouraging?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
It
right.
cuts out a little bit.
All right. So after a few minutes, order, and everyone quiets down. And he says, "Those who believe that Salik should suffer the death penalty for bringing corruption of the Ebli back into Kirsabal. I don't know, raise your hand, say aye."
I thought the old people decide.
They're the judges, not the jury.
I want to look for anyone who's like hesitant about raising their hand. I'm gonna just give them a death glare.
You see a few people. Mostly, you see some older folks. They just have anger. They look mad. Tradition, and they raise their hands. But the lead elder says, "As this is not a majority, Salik shall not be put to death. Those who believe that Salik has risked bringing the corruption back and should have his wings clipped, raise your hands and say aye."
I want a death glare at everyone
a much larger proportion of people raise their hands and say aye, and you see several of the elders counting, looking around, and then they confer.
I can't let this happen.
It's very close. And he says,
Can I nudge Koros? Okay, while we're all counting, I'm gonna nudge Koros and be like,
Settle down, quiet.
Okay.
Wait till I tell you.
can I respond?
Wait, go ahead.
Okay, it's to him.
Yeah.
They try to clip him. We just make a run for it. Screw
Wait
these
till
guys.
I tell you.
Okay.
As there is not a majority, Salik's wings will not be clipped.
Yeah, that's
Those-
good for everyone's bones here.
That's right.
Those who believe that Salik has visited Nangalore and should be banished, raise your hands and say aye. And a very clear majority raises their hands and says aye.
Where's the good option? Maybe we'll get more people.
Maybe some of those people change their minds.
Pharaoh raises his hand. And he says, and with that majority, Salik is hereby banished from Kirsabal and shall not return. This court is adjourned.
Bang, bang.
All right.
That could have gone worse.
Can
I think
I?
it went pretty well. I mean,
Yeah.
in his defense, he
Salik
basically said, I'm fine with it.
Breathes like a sigh. Salik breathes like a sigh of relief. Like he seems to like relax.
Is he let down from his balcony?
I mean, he's still banished, so he can't come inside. Basically, is the whole thing. That's why he's out on the balcony.
Yeah.
I'm gonna nudge Pharaoh and be like, "When we kill," or I'll talk to both of you guys because you're both next to me. People are probably like shuffling and talking and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to people and be like, "When we kill that freaking deathmonger, we should send these assholes a postcard and be like, your death curse is gone. You're welcome."
Right.
Yeah, that'll do it. A passive-aggressive postcard will solve everything.
Which you were here, not.
We should have some artist draw a really epic drawing of us with the thing dead and have us look like really awesome, and then send that.
I'm just glad we didn't have to kill them all and fish them out of the soulmonger later.
I
They
think that
all
was
fly
never
you.
True. Would have been much more difficult.
That's insane. Why would that ever happen?
It would not have been necessary. There was another way.
Teacher
I'm
comes
scared.
over to you guys and says, I'm sorry that things had to go this way.
Who?
Teacher.
I mean, they're your dumb rules. What?
But if
Could you please perform the ritual for us? We'll be on our
As I
way.
was about to say, if you are ready, we can perform the ritual as soon as the monastery is clear.
Guess I'll let you do that.
She says you should send for any of your attendants who you wish to travel with you.
Do we want Sophia to come? Hi, baby.
Does Sophia want to come? I think Arena would have talked to her earlier and asked if she wanted to come.
Presumably, yeah.
What about Drazan and everybody? They're with us, right?
Drazan and
Oh, hell yeah.
Inete are going to come.
God, let your poor cook go back to his normal life.
And Echo is
He
coming, right?
likes it here.
And
It's
Echo
like a
is
field
coming.
trip.
And the dinosaur.
Ro and
Is the
Flora,
dinosaur coming?
the dinosaur cannot fly, so the dinosaur's not
What do
gonna
you
be able to come.
mean?
No.
Does this magic not work on dinosaurs?
You can't get the dinosaur up into the monastery.
That's speciesist, and I object.
Ro and Flora
Strongly.
come up to the monastery to say their goodbyes.
Oh, damn.
They're going to head back towards
To their
Mesro,
Snake People Society.
To where?
to Mesro to find these entropists and get their revenge and avenge Dex. They also offer to take the dinosaur.
I was gonna offer them the dinosaur. I was gonna be like, we've been through so much, and the only thing I have to give you is the thing that I can't take with me. Do you want this dinosaur?
And they say, we will... What did you guys name the dinosaur?
I have no idea.
There's no way we named it. There's
We
no
totally
way.
did name it. Nicole and I named it, and I
did.
can't.
She says, "We'll take good care of name."
I'm
Have
gonna
fun
say,
walking the dinosaur.
make sure he doesn't eat any Twingas.
Flora's like, "I won't let him eat a single Twinga. I'm gonna take real good care of him. You watch."
I believe it. If we have a chance after we defeat the Soulmonger, where could we find you?
A
Well-
pile of dead interests.
That's what Flora says. Rose says, "Well, we used to spend some time in Port Castiglione, but I don't know how long till that place will be back to normal."
Well, if we defeat the Soulmonger, maybe sooner than you think. So we'll look for you there.
Sounds good.
We'll meet you at the best bar in the worst street of town.
Yeah.
That's our favorite place, Flora says.
Oh my god, I love it. We give them big hugs and stuff, and I hug the dinosaur, and I'm like secretly really sad that the dinosaur is not going because I just got it back, and I'm very sad.
All right, so let me update my notes about which NPCs are with the party. Sophia comes to say her goodbye. Her and Irina have a heartfelt goodbye. She says, to her, "Come back soon. Don't die."
Sophia's gonna stay with the mom,
Sophia's going to stay with her mom
who's petrified.
so that the moment that the death curse is cleared, they can work on getting a greater restoration and getting her back to normal.
Great.
Inete is ready to come with you guys.
That's the person who had the visions who was working at the Temple of Savras?
Yep.
Cool.
She had a vision of red-robed wizards, and she needs to know if her vision is true.
Red rubber.
She's having a crisis of faith.
Still haven't found those red robe dudes.
Yep. In the Aldani Basin.
Do you know where that is?
Yeah, it's north. It's sort of where you guys are headed towards Orlunga, actually.
Perfect.
Which is why she came with you. So it will be all y'all, Drazan, Inete, and Eku.
Yeah. So only 9 people.
I think we're gonna have to hack our way through the jungle this time. I think the river's going the right way.
And teacher says, "You will not need to hack your way through any jungle. The Black Orchid, please."
I thought you had it.
Oh, I think I have it. Sorry.
Ah, 1 second.
Clearly
We left it in
misplaced it. We're
Bangalore.
gonna run out and grab another one. We'll be right back.
All right, I give it to her. I'm pretty sure I had it. Sorry.
She, a few other Aarakocra, 7 in fact, form a circle around you guys and begin chanting prayers. In fact, no, you guys wouldn't recognize the Siliquid, but he's not here. She grinds up the Black Orchid into a powder in a little, mortar and
That's
pestle
the
bowl.
last one. No.
She inhales it
Used all our orchid.
and then begins to dance in circles around you guys.
I'm getting scared.
I'm sure
It's
this is
fine, they
normal.
do this.
Prayers and chanting get more intense. The dancing gets more intense until all of it stops. And you see Teacher's wings fade. They just sort of disappear. And all of you begin floating above the ground.
Oh,
Even more scared, even more sweaty.
it's even worse than the griffin.
She says,
Definitely worse than the griffin.
"For the next 3 days, I have given you my wings. You can fly."
Everyone's start a timer, and 3 days don't be in the air.
I'm gonna test out a little bit, try to just will myself up, move around a little bit. Does it work?
Absolutely.
All
This
right.
is some Peter Pan stuff.
Yeah, we can fly! That's immediately what I thought when he said that we can fly.
The seconds are to the right.
This is disconcerting, but it is a great boon. Thank you.
She says, "I wish you luck on your quest to defeat the Soulmonger and cure this death curse."
We thank you. I do
Don't
not
forget about your no wing situation and try and go for a fly.
She says, "Don't worry, I have performed this ritual before."
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Keep your feet on the ground.
I want to ask about that, but there's no time. It was like, time is of the essence. We should fly.
She seems fairly drained. She sort of hunches over, and then some of the Aarakocra help her off and away.
I give her some bread.
She thanks you.
All right. I'm like, let's boogie. Let's get out of here.
All right, and you guys can just fly right out the balcony.
I'm still really scared.
Front flips.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Salik flies down to you guys.
Sorry, you're
Like, this is
advantage,
awesome.
but these guys aren't that great.
Salik gets kind of choked up. It's been a long time since he got to fly around with his friends.
Aw.
That's cute. I think we should fly through the night and make as much use of this as we can. Just cover as much distance as we can. How far is it to Orlunga? Can we get there?
It is roughly 250 miles to Orlunga, I do believe.
All right.
So many miles.
Echo tells you, because she has perfect navigational distance
And
awareness.
we can go 60 feet per second.
She says Orlunga is to the
fair-
far north. You can go 4 miles per hour.
All right. So let me do some math. Hang on.
To be fair, Salik is also a cartographer.
I think does Aridin have a cartographer's kit?
So that
You guys have a map.
Yeah, and we have that special oil.
That'll do.
I'm checking something. Hang
And
on.
Echo sort of points vaguely to where Orlunga is on the map.
We'll be practically dead by the time we get there.
We can probably cover at least 60, 65 miles a day.
I did math on this before.
Just saying.
Let me pull up the math that I did before. Traveling about 16 hours per day.
That's what I did.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you good.
So if we fly at least 16 hours each of these 3 days, we won't get all the way there. We'll have to walk a little bit at the end.
Damn.
Even so.
Echo, looking at the map and doing some approximations, says, I think we will make it to Umbala.
That's not where we want to go. We want to go to...
Orlunga.
I need to look at the map. I don't know.
You want to go to Orlunga, which is not on your map. But it's north of Umbala.
Oh, also, guys, I got propositioned by a princess to, like, reclaim Omu. If you want to do that.
Where's Omu, and who is this princess? It's not that one princess, is it? Because she's a...
How many princesses do you think we've run into?
I don't know. My brother gets into a lot of trouble. Wouldn't surprise me.
it's true, he does.
Where is Omu? That's a good question. The other question was dumb.
Echo says Omu is to the west. Far to the west.
Which way is
West.
west? She point west.
Left.
Does it?
And she points west.
Great.
Maybe we do that
I
once.
don't see anything on the map, Jake.
If we end up there.
Omu's not on the map either,
Because it's really far, or because we don't know where it is?
because you don't know where it is.
Okay, that's fine.
Who's she trying to take it back from anyway?
Yeah. What if they're
Said
nice?
bad people?
Salik kind of grabs at his feathers and because the death curse, and he says, I think we should focus on this.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. See, if we find ourselves there. And they're
Fair.
evil.
Yeah.
Plus,
And we do like the princess. Then we'll do it.
Do we, though?
I'm saying if we do.
she's a bitch.
I'm waiting on her to give me a kingdom charter. I really don't know her political stance yet. All she said is she's pro-justice, which, let's be honest, that's like saying you're against crime, and everyone says that, and it means nothing.
It's true.
All the kings are saying that these days.
It's true. I've seen that on every pamphlet, and every bard is
Vote
saying,
for me as king!
I'm against crime and for justice.
Salik's totally on board. He doesn't know how your governments work.
I don't know how they work either. It's fine. All right.
The one that we have back in my homeland is called
Onward.
active democracy. There's a king, but you can go kill him if you want.
Exactly. That's what democracy is. All right. Onward. I'm like so stoked about this flying thing, even though I'm terrified of it, that I want to fly all night.
Fly all night.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You
They all
guys
rate you.
fly all night.
Oh, no.
I like try to go fast, and then I'm terrible at things.
Pull this up. You guys can make it pretty damn far in one night.
All right.
It's because like 8 hours of flying.
I'm scared of flying, so I don't think I'm going to focus enough to do the survival check.
I'm also scared of flying.
Survival trick if we're flying?
No,
Well, I can do
To
it.
not fly into tornadoes?
we don't need any survival checks while flying. You guys,
Unless there's a tornado, and then we have to do a check.
when you're this high above the canopy, you can see where the sun is. You guys are all very confused because you're like, the sun's that way. That means that's west. And Eku's like, what are you talking about? That's south.
Oh my god.
Something's wrong here.
What is this,
Everything's weird.
Terraria?
The sun sets in the south.
I try not to think about it.
Okay. Good to know.
My brain literally hurts.
All right. So, you guys fly all night. Then what? That's 8 hours of flight.
I recommend that, like, don't open your teeth, there's bugs!
Too late.
So it's just beak open.
Snacks!
Yum.
I see you doing this, and I'm
Well,
like,
thank
do you
you.
know the tasty
Oh.
ones? Like, what? Are they good ones?
Like, I don't really have a sense of taste.
Oh, that explains it.
Also, the rain has
Oh,
stopped
bird.
this morning.
Yay.
Finally.
What, huh?
Faster when it's not raining.
All right.
Moment of blessed relief.
Because you guys did not sleep, you do have a level of exhaustion.
Eh.
Gives you disadvantage on a bunch of things.
Alright, whatever, cool.
But you can push onward.
Let's push onward till tonight.
Yeah, and then we can rest in the boop, and then we're good.
So you mean another 8 hours or so?
Yeah.
All right. That'll get you guys there-ish.
Pretty good.
Making very
Making
good
progress.
I think I can see Mabala from here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Really?
Should we
No,
land
it's-
and then
It's just a
boop?
hill.
Jake,
time. Pardon?
I'm saying we flew again. Are you saying we should land and then boop?
Eku says we should be very, very careful when we land. This section of the jungle is undead territory.
Do we have to land? Can we just, like, rope ourselves together and sleep?
In the air?
Yeah.
Like a raft. Yeah, birds float, right?
Philippe
Not
can't.
like that.
But
So like
Yeah, I can't
sleep in
do
the
that.
air?
No.
No. I cannot.
Oh,
That's a myth.
that'd be really cool.
Be able to-
I love that, like, people have the common misconception that Aarakocra can sleep and fly.
No, we can't do that. That's not true.
All right.
That would be fun. I'd do that.
Well, should we just, throw down the fortress, let it pop up
I mean,
in the
we have
jungle, and
like
land on it?
a tower, and we can all fly. Stuff shows up, we fly away.
Also, we'll be in the thing that's literally impenetrable, so I feel really good about that.
That does help.
I'll say maybe we should, like, I don't want to say let's split up, gang, but, like, spread out a little bit to look for a place that definitely doesn't have any undead walking around right now, and then that's a good place to pop the thing.
A little bit of a clearing.
Yeah.
Works for me.
If you're within like 8 hours of somewhere that is not super undead.
Hey guys, I know. Let's like find a nice spot that we think is cool, and then I'll go down there and I'll be like, "Are there any undead within 60 feet?"
Oh, good idea.
You can just sense that?
It's so weird.
And Irina's like, the helmet glows.
Oh, yeah.
Well, fine, Arena.
Fine, you can go down with your fancy hat, and my brother can go down with his, I don't know, his other shit.
Great
I can watch
intuition.
down with my fancy eyes to see if the fancy hat is glowing.
All right.
That's a good plan. I think that's very necessary.
Y'all find a spot away from some undead. It's difficult. There are lots of spots with undead.
Triangulate.
Boop,
You
run
find the
inside,
spot.
close the door.
You pop up the thing, and you make camp.
Nice.
Cool.
Sleep states the map is
It's day 17 plus 6 days at sea, so you guys are at 24?
24?
Oh, dude.
No, wait. 23.
Great.
Whatever, I feel crappy.
Jake does math for a living.
Now the computer does the math for me. In the morning, you guys hear pounding on the outside of your fortress.
All right, pick it up and get out of the ceiling. Let's not
Balcony
go.
and look over.
It's-
Lots of undead.
Oh boy.
It's alright. We can pop and leave,
Let's
right?
fly away.
Everybody fly up. You can grab the top of it as you say the command word to shrink it.
Bye, bitch.
It
And they
is,
fly
however,
away.
raining again. Just normal rain this time.
Gross, it's your favorite weather. Wet weather. You love wet.
There has to be some place in this plain with snow and cold and no goddamned rain.
You love rain. It's your favorite.
Is this
It's
not
Owl.
not
super
snow,
cold
rain,
rain?
right?
I'm really glad we went to the same place.
Both wet. Totally the same.
No, the properties are very different. It accumulates in piles, but you can avoid it. It
Yeah,
doesn't
puddles.
soak into everything.
After a bit of flying, Inete says, "That's it. That's what I saw." And she points in the distance.
Inete?
Yeah. I will take perception checks.
Ah, I'm really good at those.
I would like to perceive.
Even better than normal. Look at me.
I'm not going to perceive very much, though.
Eridan, in the distance, you see what looks like a giant floating heart. Pharaoh, you see what in the distance is a giant heart-shaped, and I don't mean like the shape, I mean like a heart, like the body part, floating rock with there's like clearly a tree and some roots sticking out of the rock that look like veins and
But
arteries.
the whole thing is floating, veins included.
Mm-hmm.
Brody.
Stop.
It
That-
looks kind of like
El Corazon is native for great Big
that.
rock.
You
Nice.
saw that in your dream?
Nice.
She says, "That's what I saw. That's where I saw the red wizards."
So what supplements are we having you take over at the good old temple?
Yeah.
It was a vision from Savras, and now I know it to be true.
I'm gonna say, did you see in the vision whether or not we should avoid this scary thing?
The vision didn't show me that far. It showed me the heart of Uptau. It showed me the red wizards and a feeling of
Bye-bye.
doom around those wizards. They're doing something that must be stopped.
Well, then we can go stop them. If it doesn't show you everything getting blown up, it's probably a good kind of sign type of vision. The blowing up ones, though, watch out for those. They're the ones where you should run from everything and gather your friends and build boats and whatnot.
It's good advice.
Well, let's
Do we
fly
think-
to it. It'll be easy.
Do we think these people have something to do with the death curse?
And how do you know it's the heart of Ubtao?
Because it's up there.
What I was
Like, did she just know?
That was a good one, Eridan. That was
just
good.
knew,
I
like, you know, like in a
that.
dream, you just know some things.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah. That's what I'm.
It was one of
that's
those
fine.
things, just as part of the vision. She just knew that it was the heart of Uptau.
Okay.
And if Savras gave us this vision, then it has to be related, right? He's the one having us do things in his realm over here with stuff.
Lily has a question. Is Ubtao the guy who's the like god of maze shit and gave the blessing to Eridan? Okay, cool.
And Arena.
Oh yeah, and Arena.
It was in his city that we learned about Savras's spawn, his vile. What was the prince of something evil?
The Forsaken one?
That one.
That thing.
Don't say
yeah.
His bastard son.
All right.
I'm already flying towards it.
When we need
I'll
to,
go
like,
towards it.
but like, okay, I'm trying to think while we fly. Talk and fly. When it's like stop the wizards, does that mean like we have to kill them, or do we have to like convince them of the error of their ways?
Maybe we can try and talk to him.
Koros, I nominate you.
All I know is the feeling that if they succeeded, it would mean bad news.
Koros, you're very convincing, and
I don't know if they're evil or if the thing they
But what am
seek
I
is
trying to
evil.
convince them of exactly?
to tell us what they're doing and then convince them not to do it. That's all we got.
If you're jumping straight to the second one, then you're not that interested in what they're doing, and we should just land there and start blasting.
But we could not blast, and then be easier and faster, and then we would not be dead when we're trying to go kill the soulmonger.
That sounds like a good plan.
I don't know. I just feel like it'd be harder to kill it if we're dead.
I like
I'm
this
on
not
board
dying.
with flying over there, poking around, and then let's see what's going on.
Can we tell as we're approaching like the scale of this thing? Like, if we land, will they see us?
Is it actually
From
a
underneath.
heart-sized rock?
It is. I can count squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 20 times 5 feet, so 100 feet by 100 feet.
Oh, it's like small.
Pretty small. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a
All
floating
right, so
tower.
if we roll up, they gonna know.
Yeah, it is a. As you guys get closer, you can see it is a massive chunk of earth and rock torn from the earth, drifting over the swampy forest about 100 feet above the canopy. A petrified tree towers above the stone, with its stone roots protruding from the bottom. Between the shape of the rock and the branching of the tree's limbs, it creates the impression of a gigantic stone heart hanging in the sky. The impression is only made more gruesome by the red liquid dripping from the roots.
Ah,
You see a cave mouth in the side of the slowly rotating heart, and a staircase winding from the cave up to the flattened top where the petrified tree stands. The staircase definitely isn't natural. It appears to have been carved with tools into the rock.
do we see people like on the, I don't know what to call it, the roof, the landing?
As you guys approach, you see a woman step out from the cave, and she waves and gestures for you guys to come on in.
Ooh, I think she's trying to trick us. We should do it.
Nothing bad could happen. Let's go.
All right. That's a good attitude, Chorus.
All right, let's land.
Right, yeah, let's do it. We're here.
Jake, we're landing.
Cool. Give me 1 second.
Make your descent. Woo.
Best way to find the trap is to spring the trap.
Right.
That is true.
I will show you a picture of this woman. She's right there.
Yeah, she doesn't look evil.
That's her.
She only
Doesn't
looks.
she?
I mean,
What? Yeah.
you all look the same.
Ooh, she has nice hair.
Yeah. All right.
It's always the elfy-looking ones.
You guys,
Jake, tell us on the
everyone who
flashcard
doesn't have a beak looks the same.
our location on the heart.
Right there. Right there.
Oh, the mitral valve? Cool.
Yeah, that one. As long as it doesn't prolapse.
Stenosis. Bad
So,
too.
all I know is that a mitral valve prolapse is a thing.
Gives you regurgitant murmur.
All right. So, as you guys all land, she says, "Please come in," and she walks into the cave.
What
Guess
is
we
this
go in.
place?
Okay.
Yeah, let's
All right,
no,
let's follow her.
let's do it.
I don't like this. It's scary.
Better than her, attacking us.
Marginally.
Now she's gonna lure us into a place where our armed guard will be down, and then she'll attack us.
She leads you guys in,
I am actively like looking around because this is super sketch.
and it's this big open cave. You can see some of the roots coming down from the petrified tree. It's actually open in the center, through the center of the petrified tree. And so there's a big puddle in the middle of this cave. It sort of just flows through cracks in the ground and out the cave mouth, and various roots around. And otherwise, so the cave is musty and dimly lit by daylight filtering down through the hollow petrified tree 20 feet above. There's a pool of dirty rainwater occupying the central 20 feet of the floor, between natural pillars formed by the roots of the petrified tree. 3 tall bookcases stand against the wall to the right of the cave entrance. A desk and several wooden crates stand against the left-hand wall. Opposite the entrance are 2 open doorways into smaller chambers, and between them a large iron cage. Hanging on a hook, sort of by the entrance to the cave, you see a blue cloak.
What were the cloaks the Emerald and that crazy guy who wasn't actually lost were wearing?
So Emerald had a red cloak, as did the other mages that you saw. The
What?
mage that led Emerald away was wearing a blue cloak.
Does it look like that?
It does indeed look like that. She says,
What color does the TSA wear?
blue. Sorry, do you mean the actual TSA or interplanar custom? Blue. Well, so they were many in red cloaks, and then the one guy in the blue cloak that came out.
Sorry, there's a cage?
There was a cage, yeah. It's open. It's not like there's anything in it.
Except for ghosts, maybe.
I'm gonna nudge Inete and be like, does this look like your vision?
So the vision was only of the outside. We're beyond what Savras has told me.
You need to ask for better visions, more clarity, okay?
If the TSA wore red.
I don't
Salik
ask you for
is like
bigger
looking
muscles.
around.
You do
like,
your thing. I'll do mine.
Salik is actively looking around like, are we going to get ambushed? What's going on here? Is she by herself?
It appears that she's by herself. You're
Arjun,
looking
can
around
you
and not
sense
seeing much.
evil and shit?
Why are you asking me like this? Ask me like this. I can.
No, because Lily doesn't know if you can.
Yeah, I was doing it earlier with the undead, but we've rested.
Oh, I thought you could only sense undead or something.
Oh, well, I can sense certain types of bad things. Celestials, fiends, or undeads.
I will say that the helmet is glowing.
Orcs on it.
Oh!
Irina's helmet is
He's
glowing.
celestial.
Do I sense a celestial, a fiend, or an undead?
Yes.
I know what they are. If they're within 60 feet of me and I can sense them. What are they?
Like specifically?
I know the type, but not the name.
Of
The
those
type.
3 things.
Ah,
What goes there?
you sense undead.
How many?
1.
There's an undead here.
You say that out loud?
Is it
Yeah.
the one person in the room with us?
She says there's no need to be rude. My name is Valindra Shadowmantle,
That's a cool
Right.
name.
Sorry.
third of the
Valindra-
arcane.
Shadow Mantle?
Shadowmantle.
Third
Third of the arcane. And I'm here in search of the Soulmonger, which I believe, as are you.
Yeah.
With you so far.
I believe that the Soulmonger can be captured and quarantined, where it can be further studied. Where it will no longer affect the denizens of this plane, and we can determine from whence it came and what exactly it's doing.
Could you get...
Do you seek? Salik pipes up and kind of like chitters and then says, do you seek to end the death curse?
Of course.
And what of the souls trapped by the Soulmonger?
If it's possible to free them, I believe that we should.
Can I, sense
Does she
motive
sound
or
like she
whatever?
means it? I know it's hard because she's not a bird.
Give me an
But
insight.
can I tell
check.
if she means it?
Yeah,
Insight,
I'm
yeah.
that's kind of what I'm asking. Like, does she seem like a liar?
Does she smell like rotting?
Not at all.
Pretty well preserved.
I got a 14.
I got 18.
It seems a little too good to be true, but
Yeah, it definitely does.
I mean, the books, the desk, she does seem very sciencey.
Anybody
I
can...
look at Koros, and I take one of my talons and I tap my head.
Yo.
Then through my mind, I'm like, she's evil. She's definitely evil.
Got it. Good to know. And I will, I'll broadcast that to everyone else as well. Salik thinks she's evil. So how many of the arcane get to wear blue? You say you're third.
there are a dozen in the arcane circle.
And those are the ones in blue.
Indeed.
Interesting.
Good question.
Do a subtle mind read?
So,
I'm
do
not
you
sure
believe
that'll
you-
work.
Oh. Oh.
My God.
Dare she?
Subtle mind read.
Wait, what'd she say?
Let me check. No, Brandon. This is Brandon and Jake talking, not Pharaoh and.
I was
Valindra.
like, say what?
Her Her first thought was, I'm not sure that'll work.
Mm. Oh no, it's a wisdom save, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the
DC
DC?
16.
16. She chooses to succeed.
Okay.
Oh, great. She's one of those.
Remember, she's
I'm so scared now. I wasn't scared before. I'm scared now.
Can I still respond to Quaros?
Mhm.
She's something really powerful too. I can't read anything.
Well, let's not pick fights then.
Well, oh, sorry, that was Quaros in the mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know where the Soulmonger is?
Not quite as of yet.
What do you know?
I believe it may be to the west.
Can I roll to see if she's telling us the truth?
Yeah, you
Like,
can
if
roll
I
insight.
think she is? Alright.
I'm also interested in knowing this information.
Guys, Eridan's having
I'm
an
doing an
idea.
L, I promise. Which way did we think it was?
Jeez, I have no
We
idea.
don't know. We were going
Oh,
to
okay.
Orlunga to ask the Oracle
Oracle.
there to tell us where it was, because we have no fucking idea.
That
we
seems like a good
thought
plan.
West also. Mm-hmm.
Eridan's having an idea and it hurts.
Theo, you can absolutely...
Ping.
You think that she's being truthful. She doesn't seem to be lying.
Hey, guys. What if that bad thing that Annette saw people in red cloaks doing was this studying of the Soulmonger?
Sorry,
Yeah, no, that seems pretty reasonable to me.
I'm thinking that's this.
he has to initiate it. Bobby has to initiate it.
No, we were in
I
a thing.
pinged Alex.
We're not in a thing
Got it.
anymore.
Okay. You guys
Oh,
are not all in a thing. That's something Emerald does. With Bobby's
Well,
ability, he
did
pings
say
you and you
ping.
can respond. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
literally, in fact, said the word.
That's
ping.
fine.
You could have just let us fly on, maybe being slightly curious about your strange floating rock. Do you have anything for us? Or should we part ways?
She says, if and when you do come across the Soulmonger in your search, I would appreciate if you would let me know.
Is there a way we can contact you?
Sending can reach me as well as it can anyone else.
That means you, Pharaoh. Do you have a name?
Who said that?
She already said her name, Koros. Valindra Shadowmantle.
That's right. Sorry, she did. We all commented how cool it was. I'd forgotten.
We were just checking to see if her story was straight.
We're administering the Turing test here.
It's an interrogation.
We will keep that in mind. I want to, just take a look around, sort of as we're talking. Just, scan around this chamber. Is there anything I can, besides we already saw the blue robes, anything else interesting?
Is that like a
Investigation.
map rolled out on the
Oh,
desk?
investigation? Okay.
Great perception check.
Rolled out.
I know, right?
Pings
Investigation wasn't bad either.
You notice there is no bed.
Sure.
In the bookcases, you notice a few scrolls. When you peek into one of the back rooms, you do see that there is a circle inscribed in the ground.
Never a good sign.
Roughly
Like a
10 feet in
transmutation.
diameter.
Alchemy.
All right. We shouldn't pick a fight here. If any of you have questions, ask them, and then let's go.
Slate doesn't say anything.
Lovely rock. Toodaloo.
What? How could...
Yes? I didn't
If you
catch your
want
name.
to get the Soulmonger, why haven't you done it yet?
She says, I, like you, am still searching for it.
A seeker of knowledge.
Indeed.
Dumb bounce. I literally don't even want to say bye.
We'll be in touch.
You guys all run away, and Salik's still standing there, and he's like, oh.
Oh, I guess not.
Well,
Well, she seemed pleasant.
We
Is
take
that
off immediately. Immediately. Or I do. Very least.
You what? Sorry.
I want to take off immediately.
Yeah, no, I have
Oh, yeah.
no intention to stay around. Let's bail. I
Once
think
we're a good distance away, I'm like, I look at Koros and I'm like, I definitely think she could have like turned us all inside out with her brain.
Oh yeah, no, we would not want to pick that fight. What we need to do.
Scary!
The most critical thing right now is to set up the odds for the pool. Do we think Lich, Vampire, or something else?
Something else.
Well, no, we gotta set odds. Like everyone can pick how they want it, but like we're all gonna throw some money into the pot. No, I'm kidding. Let's keep going on to the Oracle.
Well, we can be betting while we're flying to the Oracle. Like we can multitask. That's all right.
Is this our Deadpool?
Ah!
I say, Koros, you know a lot about magic, right?
Not nearly as much as Immoral, and right now I wish he were here, but I can pass for it. Why?
Do you know of like any sort of spell or artifact that could let someone watch people from far away?
Oh yeah, for sure. Pharaoh does that from time to time. There are.
Is there a way to like protect us from that? Because I feel like she's gonna do that.
Pharaoh?
I mean, you would know about divination magic, Sully.
I know a little bit about it.
I mean, I know. In fact, I think we did this in
Against
Barovia.
Strahd,
didn't
yeah.
we?
We did.
I know for a fact such magic exists. I can't cast it. I don't remember if it was Pharaoh or Immoral that did. I
was
bet
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh could.
I can cast a spell which obscures a person from divine visions, although not that many times, and only works on one person. But some temples are more well secured, especially the larger ones. You can't contact anyone within one of them. There must be some way of doing a group.
Salik, I think your concern is valid, but I'm not sure we can do much about it.
That's fair.
I think we might just need to be ready for her to show up at any time.
She just showed up.
She had some scrolls in her rock that I assume were magical scrolls and what looked like a summoning circle.
Oh, balls. I don't want
But
that.
as long as we confront her outside of the rock, I'm, well, still concerned, but less.
We should drive the rock into the ground, and then fight her on the rubble of the rock. That's probably not as bad.
We should not let her fight us with her friends.
We should try not to pick unnecessary fights, as I think we've learned.
I think it's a necessary fight. She seemed pretty evil, and Aridin told me she was undead.
She had some.
Salik hasn't
she
seen-
was undead.
The mages
not
before,
loud.
right?
Salik has not.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, we can fill you in on that now that we're like not there. Well, that's why. I mean, because you probably would have asked about it because Goros asked the question about the blue robes and stuff.
Yeah, she is, among other things, I imagine the third most powerful wizard. Like,
In the
in
world.
Isari, yeah.
Cool. No big deal.
So, let's play nice.
That means she's like the 20th best, but back on old Barovia, right?
Yeah, no, let's get weirdly competitive about the planes we visited. That's productive.
Plane of Air's the best.
The airplane, if you will.
Says the bird person.
I mean, it is above everything else, so.
All right, you guys
Um.
travel further north, and you are now out of undead territory and into the Aldani Basin, which is a big old swamp.
I do love a good swamp.
Get out of my swamp.
But you are able to, find a good spot for the fortress. Get it all set up.
I love this thing. It's awesome.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's not that
no.
movie fortress.
Salik updates it.
Straight through. There we go. However, on the beginning of this, your last day of flight,
Rip.
tropical storm.
Really?
Oh,
Can we fly
just
above it?
stay close to. Well, okay. This is a canopy of trees. Jake, are you looking?
Mhm.
Canopy of trees.
Mhm.
Crazy wind. Right above the
Swamp.
trees. Or
Not a
trees, nothing.
forest.
Not
Swamp.
jungle, swamp.
There are some trees, but not enough to form
Can
a
we
full
still just,
canopy.
like, fly low to the ground?
You guys can try. It'll be
To mitigate it?
it'll be difficult with the winds, but
Less difficult than high.
Salik will probably have more trouble too.
I've actually got, like, I have real wings.
And not strange magic zoom zoom.
So probably
They're
have to go
like
just like
sails
half speed, if
for
anything.
flying. Half speed. I
How
guess
about
it would be good to be safe, yes.
Is half speed.
Does look like a
You
big
can
storm.
attempt half speed.
Alright.
I'm gonna need dexterity saves from everyone if you're gonna do this.
Is it like a group dexterity?
Ooh, I'm really good at
Individual dexterity saves.
It's not good.
Dude, I got this flying thing
Ugh,
down.
gross. Not the
Oh, like
bueno.
flying.
We're missing one more.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was having
All
trouble
right.
with my sheet.
Theo, Salik, Eridan, you're fine. It's difficult, but you're able to fly through it. Pharaoh and Koros,
Oh,
you guys
no.
each are gonna take 10 damage.
Oh my lord.
'Cause you
At
basically,
least
like,
at least I have not lost my maximum hit points.
yeah, which, by the way, another one, because another day.
Yep.
You guys, some bad wind hits you and knocks you across. You smash into some rocks or a tree, or it's not bueno.
Debris.
But by
Crack my
midday,
elbow.
the tropical storm has ended, and it's only heavily raining. The
Ah.
winds have died down at least, and you guys are able to, while soaked, keep heading towards your destination. And as you guys are approaching, heading towards Mbala, move your little token right up there.
Are we just making for there because we know it's a real place, like, and it exists? Kind of as a
Yeah,
landmark?
Eku is going to tell you guys about Mbala.
Okay.
And she says, I mentioned this place back in Orem, and you said that if our travels took us there, you'd help me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That does sound vaguely familiar.
Mbala was such a nice place, a quaint village, once a seat of an ancient kingdom, a wonderful place with wonderful people, until
Fire Nation attack.
Grandmother Crow arrived.
That does not sound nice. It is.
An evil green hag.
Ew.
She posed as a witch doctor and killed and ate everyone in the village of Mbala.
I'm sorry, 8?
Everyone?
Everyone.
I would like to take some kind of save to make to see if I hurl
I
or
think
not.
the last guy left in town wouldn't fall for it.
You haven't met Grandmother Crow.
Does she have like mystical charms? Please say no.
I bet she does.
I don't want her to. I hate old people with mystical charms.
Look on the bright side, Theo. She'll probably cast some spells.
Nah, it's true. Good point. Good point.
And she says, our flight will probably
Salik
fade just
heard
as we
stories
reach
about-
Mbala. Will you all promise to help me defeat
Jake,
Grandmother Crow?
did you hear Salik, Jake?
No, I didn't.
I was letting him finish.
Oh,
She said, will you all promise to help me defeat Grandmother Crow?
Yes.
if we
She sounds
can,
like
yeah.
I think
Sounds
that was
evil.
part of our agreement. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
How do you
Has-
know?
Salik heard stories about her. He's bird themed.
Why don't you give me a charisma check to see if previous Salik has any of those memories?
Do the thing. There we go.
Heyo! Yes, indeed. You have heard. Grandmother Crow is something of a boogeyman,
Like an urban myth.
a story told to Aarakocra children to scare them into, brushing their beaks.
Bubba Saga 2.0.
Yeah.
Trim her
Gosh, I never
claws.
brushed my beak when I was a chick.
But because you got a net 20, Salik, you actually know that your other self did some research into Grandmother Crow and learned that she was real and is real,
Dang.
and that she is very, very old. You've found stories that go all the way back, as far as the most ancient of kingdoms, and there are accountings of a hag symbolized as a crow.
Ugh.
How old does that make her?
Millennia.
Millennia,
Holy shit.
as far back as the oldest records go.
Do you share that information?
I absolutely share that information.
I'm super scared now. I'm like, Echo, if the thing's been around for that long. I mean, have other
Well, maybe it's not the same person.
What, it's
Maybe
like
it's
the
like a
Dread Pirate
title.
Roberts?
Yeah.
Aridin says,
Yeah, I'm
referring to a story he once read.
My grandfather read it to
Listen,
me.
everybody has seen that play. Everyone has seen that play. I'm an Eric Coker, I've seen that play. Everyone.
Did Uma's husband tell you that story?
Yeah.
Because he'd be our grandfather, right?
Yeah. Emma Stormbaker?
Before she was a widow.
Yeah, I tell everyone that I heard stories and that they're millennial old stories of a grandmother crow.
Scary.
So, Echo, do you have any ideas on how to kill her?
Or not.
Or
be
should we just
charged?
stick to the whole stab thing?
I'm good with that. Clarify.
It works.
She says, I have a few spells I can use, but I think the conventional Eldridge Brothers method will apply here.
Yeah. We're getting a reputation in this plane, man.
I like it. I like it. All right. Yeah,
Sleek looks at Pharaoh and says, ridding the world of an ancient evil. I'm kind of...
Sorry?
I'm feeling that.
All
Ridding the world of ancient evil, I think...
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Of course,
So-
we'll be happy days. It'll be good going. Savras wants it to be so it will be.
So
I
an
think.
1,800-foot high plateau with sheer cliffs rises above heaps of boulders as large as ships.
damn.
There's a narrow path cut into the cliff face that seems to climb all the way to the top. And you guys are able to fly right up there.
Yep.
Do
Emerging...
we feel the magic like weakening?
Yes. You guys are emerging onto the top of this plateau, beneath a once grand but now decrepit wooden gateway. The gates that sealed this entrance are rotted away, only their rusted iron hinges and reinforcing bands remain. In their place are heaps of human skulls. Picked clean of all flesh and bleached white by the sun, they grin up at you from the roadway and down from atop towering mounds.
Jolly locale.
Ooh.
Jake, is there a save I can take to not hurl?
Con.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Really don't want to be part of that pile. You know, this brings up a question that Aridin's been thinking about for a while. Most times you hear stories about like piles of skulls. What do they do with the rest of the body?
Yeah.
Like where's the spine and the rib cage, the femurs?
Maybe she ate those.
Yeah.
That's a different pile.
Oh, it's just less menacing. So she puts the good pile out.
Yeah.
Right?
As you guys head past the piles
That's what I would do.
and into what was once the village of Mbala, you see the only structure still intact is a lone hut about 1,000 yards away from the gate at the edge of a boulder field. The hut is made from thatch and animal hides stretched over the rib cage of an immense reptile. Animal skulls, wind chimes, and totems of feathers and shells rattle in the breeze, and smoke drifts from the hut. A creature shuffles slowly around the hut, hunched over in an animal-like posture. You realize it's a humanoid woman, impossibly old, crippled by arthritis, blinded by cataracts. Her dark face and bald pate are outlined with streaks of yellow clay, suggesting the shape of a skull, or perhaps it's just her shriveled flesh creating that illusion.
Nice.
What does this all smell like?
Mostly dead fish. Ugh.
Oh my god. That skull must have meant a lot to her.
She's so old.
Old and powerful, I'd
My
imagine.
joints hurt looking at her.
Should we set a trap for her?
That's a good idea. Do you have one?
I have this bear trap. Might work.
You've been carrying a bear trap through the jungle?
I have a bucket.
It's more of a rabbit trap, really, but, you know, it said bear trap when I bought it.
It said hair trap, you idiot.
Is that... Those look very similar, you have to admit. Look at them.
Look, you can't expect a cleric of the god of knowledge to be able to, like, read.
Precisely. Shouldn't need to.
Has Grandmother Crow seen us?
Absolutely.
Oh. One sec. Somebody talk to her while I lay this trap by a door.
Well, then Salik's gonna call out, and his voice is gonna crack when he does. He just says, "Grandmother Crow."
Good, you know my name.
Oh my god, this is so scary, Moldrins.
Come closer, my dears.
That's okay, I'll stay here.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Really? Is that what you told them?
And those, the metal bars that were the straps on the wooden gate sort of, they snap shut and intertwine.
Good thing we can
Are we in
fly.
a cage right now?
No, but you just can't go down the walkway that leads down the cliff.
That's fine.
Maybe she knows something about the soulmonger.
Do you know anything about the soulmonger?
I know many things, dearies. Let's talk.
Is she inviting us in?
She's inviting you guys closer.
Are there any, like, rocks near me?
Yes?
I'm gonna
Skulls,
pick
too.
up a rock. Just, like, the heaviest rock I can find.
Mhm.
Just in case I need to fly above her and drop it.
You guys' flight is worn off.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
already
yeah.
have it.
Hasn't worn
As
off
you
yet.
approach
We
the
should be
cliff.
on the ground.
Yeah, you guys are on the ground.
Okay.
Never mind then.
Just throw it at her.
There's still like a bit of skip in your step,
Very,
like moonwalking, but
very tentative steps closer. I don't want to get closer than like 40 feet.
and then as you guys do get a little closer, she turns and she says, not you, and she points at Eku, and Eku's just had this look of anger on her face, and she says, someone hasn't been honest about who they are. And Eku says, I have not lied to them. I have never spoken a mistruth. And Grandmother Crow says, a lie of omission, dearie. And she points at her.
Oh,
Say, what is the thing you've obviously been hiding?
wait, can I do this to
Yeah.
Koros?
You have to. He has to initiate it. No.
I know, I'm doing this.
Yes, Theo, I see you.
I did forget to tell you about that time that I saw her turn into this crazy other animal one time, but I thought it was a trick of the light.
And when she points, Eku disappears, and this creature is in her stead.
Yeah, that thing. That one.
Beautiful, gorgeous creature.
It's a
Do I
bird
know what those
snake.
are?
It's a sky lizard!
Bird snake.
Uh,
Oh, sky lizard.
They
Gizzard.
are from your plane, I do believe, Salik. So you would probably know what they are.
You sat right next to one.
It's a
I'll
tricky.
see.
Catch it!
Up in the airplane.
Salik's just like, whoa, a quaddle.
A quaddle.
He says some word in Aarakocra for them.
It's quaddle. It's the same word.
Yeah, okay.
Salik, do those things eat half-elves?
No, this is great.
Yeah, then I don't
They're-
care. Can we
they're-
kill the hag now?
Eku's like, damn you, hag!
Why is Eku talking like the hag now?
Look, voice acting's
No,
hard, okay,
Salik-
Alex?
It's really hard.
Salik didn't realize he's working with a, like, good magical being, and he is now all about fighting Grandmother Crow.
Yeah, me too.
Just Please, dearies, I've shown you a truth. I can show you more things.
Like what?
What do you seek?
The soulmonger.
Mostly the soulmonger thing.
Ah, yes. I can show you the soulmonger.
And in exchange, you want...
Only for you to come inside. Spend some
That doesn't
time
seem
with
like a great
Grandmother
idea.
Crow.
That doesn't seem like a great idea. You don't seem nice.
And then she looks right at you, Koros, and says, I can tell you about the egg.
I'm good. You eat people. I'll find out about the egg another way.
We are going to see an oracle.
Also, I like look at you and I'm like, what egg?
We'll talk later.
Do you
Unless
lay
you offer-
eggs? Is that what this is about?
Unless you're offering free samples out here in the open air, I gotta say I'm not super interested.
She has wings. You lay eggs. There's a lot of confusion.
There's a whole
today.
body, a whole village of dead people behind you. You don't seem like you're negotiating good faith.
Maybe we shouldn't piss off the crow lady.
I mean, we're here to kill her anyway.
What if she helps us?
Your fortune teller speaks wisdom.
See? I speak.
Grandmother
Hey,
Crow
don't you hear
is
that?
a powerful ally. And a vicious enemy. Echo is like, kill the fuck out of her.
I'm starting to come around to what Snake Lady wants to do.
If Echo strikes first, I go in. Like
Echo
that's
is
my-
like held in place. She can't move.
why?
The same.
Because she
Dark
said
fuck-
accept you.
Dark fucking magic. Alright.
Wait, there's magic on her.
Yes, that's
She
why
has
she
the spell.
turned from a human into a.
She casts a spell, but there's no way you're within 5 feet of the
Yeah,
hag.
I'm
Yeah.
serious. There's no way I'm within 5 feet. Damn it, Jim.
Well, if you want us to come in, you'll have to be nice to our friends. Dispel magic on Echo.
Nope.
Magic.
1 sec, this never happens. Give me.
1 in 5.
Are you gonna waste another spell slot?
Yeah. Does it waste spell slots?
Yeah. It's 2.
Does it not work again?
It does not work again.
What if we try and break her concentration, guys?
I don't like this. Let's get out of here.
Sophorus, can you like be better?
Salik sees that she has ensorcelled this good creature that he, is familiar with, and he's gonna throw a dart at her.
Like
All
Barency.
right. And with that is where we're gonna pause this week.
Oh my
I
god,
was
no!
so waiting for someone to initiate that.
I like throw a dart at her face. No problem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This is a really fun episode. Next week, we will not be playing on Thursday. But fear not, we will be playing on Wednesday. We are going to switch to Wednesdays starting June 20th, except not really regularly, because the few weeks after that are also kind of funky, and I will make posts announcing what it is going to be, but I think it's going to be like a Monday and then a Thursday again, and then we'll be on Wednesdays.
But next week is Wednesday.
But
that's
next
fine.
week is Wednesday, June 20th will be our next game. We will see you all then. Until then, please do message the page, comment on the video, let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. We'd love to hear your feedback. My players, please do message me tonight with your rose, thorn, bud. That is the thing you liked, the thing you didn't like, and the thing you are looking forward to. And with that, we will see everybody next week on June 20th. Bye-bye now.
Bye!
Yep.
Bye-bye.